Yo, it's Frenchy. Made a few videos the other day on how paedophilia affects family, not just their victims. Would like first of all to thank all the comments. People watched my video, supported me through it, and actually not pushed me but encouraged me to come out in the open. That's why in the second video I came out more open than what I would have, thanks to all of the comments. Thanks to Cody for obviously letting me do it. So as I said, I was on about school and like part 2. I'd gone away through school being bullied and being abused and everything by the students because of they knew what was going on. So my mum was with my stepdad at the time while I was in school. Nobody knew I was getting bullied at the time. So yeah, as I'm due to reach year 11, it became to the February time of 2014. My dad dropped me off from school like he does. He went to work. Then he came home from work early because he didn't feel well. Went for test at the hospital, went straight to hospital and stuff because he didn't feel well. Went for test. Turned out to be cancerous. So he ended up with cancer for months on end. I think he got 6 months to live. Lasted 3. So Mother's Day 2014, my dad sadly passed, which sent me straight off at rails. While I was in treatment and stuff, with all the stress I've gone through anyways, from my past video, I was a bit off the rails, I'd already self-harmed. My stepdad found all the razors and stuff in my bedroom while I was self-harming with. He trashed my bedroom, took them all out and made me clean it up after. So I'm already a victim of self-harm and suicide. So when he were having treatment for cancer and it just wiped him straight out, I was having the odd joint or 2 round at a mate's house of cannabis. So I was already on drugs at this time. It was 14, so I was 15, 16 age. I'm already smoking cannabis. I'd gone into the drugs straight up. I thought I could manage it. So I'm starting smoking a bit of this, a bit of that. Once I'd buried my dad, I carried my dad's coffin, and God rest his soul. Now it's been 6 years since he's passed. It will be his birthday on the 30th of this month. God rest his soul. So yeah, I ended up. Mum met a new bloke 6 weeks after the funeral. He started being abusive to me. Took all my stepdad's photos down. Told me I could not talk about my stepdad in my house and all this lot where my stepdad died. He basically tried ruling roost, and I wasn't having none of it. So I've smacked him, just totally cracked him and everything. But because I did him, my mum went and left me at the age of 15, 16 in that house on my own, and she was going to work and then going to his house, his mum and dad's house, where he lived. He was still a mummy and daddy's boy at the age of 40 time. And she was stopping there. She came to the house I was at, locking pizzas away in the bedroom, locking money away in bedroom, beer away, locking everything because she didn't want me to see it all or whatever. My dad left a lot of money back in his will, like for his funeral and everything else. She left me with nothing, absolutely nothing. She put locks all our bedrooms, on doors, trying to lock me in like certain areas of rooms. She was like, "You're not going in my bedroom. No, you're not allowed in that part of the house." All this lot. So there was one day she wasn't home for about a week, and there was hardly anything in the house. Obviously, I was just smoking weed in the house. At the time, I was just on weed for about 2 years at the time. I was just smoking weed, blazing weed, bonging it, everything else. So yeah. So I kicked the door in. So I'm waiting for the police to get involved at this time. Like, I'm waiting for them to ring the police because they're like, alright, I'll ring the police on you, I'm like, fucking do it, just do it. Like, sorry for swearing, then it kicked out then. So yeah, I'm waiting for them to ring the police on me for already hitting him. So I bolted the door through, robbed a laptop, load of beer, all the food, all the money and everything, and a bank card was in there. Now what you can say, I've already robbed money off her in there, and the laptop and stuff, so you can probably realise what I've done. Gone and spent money. I'm not incriminating myself, it's already been through the police, this, and the aftermath of it will come out. So she's like, I text her, I'm like, you best get home and give me some money or I'm gonna bolt this door through. Oh, you want there. Bang, sent it straight through, straight off its hinges. And I sent her a photo on Facebook. I went, oh dad. I went, you now got a door off your hinges, love. So yeah. I just proper folded the door in half. So after that, I went shopping, bought myself new clothes, treated myself because I'd always been bought no good. I got bullied for the way I dressed and stuff because my mum never bought me good clothes. Never looked after me as good as I looked after myself. So, I kept obviously door throw, as I keep saying. She rung the police on me because I'd gone out and I wasn't drinking and stuff and smoking weed at mate's house. I will come down the hill. There's a hill from where I can see my house. And the police are there, the riot vans and everything, obviously looking at the damage and seeing what I've robbed. I'm like, no, I'm not going. So the subways, we call them subways, like little walkways under the road. You go down steps under the road and up the other side of the road. And I just sat there all day just smoking weed. The money I'd robbed, I went to Asda, bought food, just munchies. Just chilling and that with mates. Bought them food, bought them beers, bought them everything basically. Just so they can buy me beers because they was legal age, I wasn't. So the police got back in contact with me by the time I went home. They went, can I ask your name? I went, Mickey Mouse, where'd you live? Disneyland, what you doing here? I'm gonna sleep, can you leave me alone? And just bantering with them, but they didn't take it banter. So I had about 6 of them pin me down, leg restraints, handcuffs, everything, booted one in head. So I was looking at abuse of a police officer and all that lot. So they ended up bailing me. Bailed me straight up for it all. First time being on bail, I'm like, don't go near this house, don't go contact these people, da. And I had about 4 bail things going off. I'd broke them all, not got done for them. The police officer, I was telling the police officer why I'd done it. They were like, oh, if you can get any evidence saying that money's yours, we'll just drop the case straight up. Funnily enough, that day I'd gone back to the address, which I shouldn't have. There's a letter there of my worker's pension asking for my date of birth, my birth certificate, my passport, all this lot, all my details. Hang on, why would they want it if that money's not mine, like my mum's saying? So I took it straight down to the police. They've got it. They went, right, case closed, done. So I got away with £2,500, about £100 worth of beer, £200 worth of laptop, because I returned it. I didn't get done, so it's not theft. Like burglary and all that lot, but hey ho. So my mum's new bloke at the time, she's still with him now to this day. He didn't want me in the house, he only wanted my mum but not me. So he kicked me out. I ended up fighting with him again. So I ended up on the streets, so I ended up homeless. Stopped at a friend's house, smoking weed and stuff like that. I ended up ringing Childline, told Childline everything. I got took straight into care. Got first night into care system. That'll be a video on its own anyway. I will talk more about the care system on its own. Straight up done. So I got took into the care system, smoking weed, and that's when I first tried a bit of coke, and I was like, fair came. And one of the travelling lads went, yeah, mush, you want to try a bit of this? I went, what is it, bro? He went, white. I went, what's white? Bear in mind I've only smoked weed at this time, cannabis. He went, coke. I went, what did I do? He went, obviously I knew what I was doing, but I was acting daft. He went, no, snort it, straight up nose. Old one nose, straight up. So I got key like this, straight up, boom, straight reaction, pures. I was bouncing, proper bouncing, going on walls a bit, going, way, go on, mush. Waltzer, dodgems, all this lot. I'm like, way, just hot lights, mate, just spinning, going for it. Loved it. I'm like, so a week later, come after I come back into care, like once I'm in the care system, I'll explain all the house and everything where they were stopping. Madness, pure madness. Every time I'm going out, when I could, I'm like, you got some? Yeah, mate, yeah. Blew me head off, mate. Like, wow. Loved it. I'm only in care system for 2, 3 years, 4 years, and so on and so forth. You can imagine till I'm 18, I got kicked out. Ended up in semi-independent, smoking weed there, doing coke there, selling a bit of coke, doing a bit of dealings and stuff, just to fund it. Oh, if you sell so much, I'll give you so much, sort of thing. Like, yeah, mate, I'll do that, I'll shift it. So I'm shifting it back to my old care place, wherever that was. Shifting it all up there, moving it all up there. So I'm moving it over borders, and just shifting it. Selling it, coming back down. I'm getting cuts like house blocks and that, mate. Just cutting them up, dicing them up. Yeah, man. All sorted. So, being drug addicts and stuff, they end up getting me on property, and I met some of the lads. So at this minute I'm doing weed, coke, and I'm odd tinning this time. Got me on flat, like, I'll go more into detail with that. Met Babby's mother. She caused me a lot of stress. She stopped me from seeing my son. Missed his birth due to social services, due to paedophilia and all this lot. They thought I was at risk. So I ended up first time trying fit, bombed it. I'm like, man. But at this time I thought I was fat or ugly and all this lot. So it means insomnia and everything else will just boom. Oh, yeah, alright, love, you lose weight, pal. Yeah, bam. Fucking tablespoons. Eating it. Vomiting. I just lost all my weight. I just dropped. Gone. So, still drinking at times, still doing coke at times, still doing weed and all this lot. So at this time, bearing in mind I've just fast tracked to 2018 time, roughly. So I've gone from 2015 to 18, just straight away. Just fast track straight through. If anybody's wanting me to cover out in detail, let me know. I'll just do one video explaining stuff in pure detail. So yeah, we're doing coke, weed, fair, all this lot. Ended up in some bad debt. Went through debt relief orders, all that lot, 4 years citizens advice. And then I ended up going through recovery. Going through recovery. Still going through it now. But I am in the other side. So I was in the treatment side, but now I'm in the other side. That'll probably be another video about recovery and drugs and addictions. Yeah, never been to prison, but I was in a category A children's home. That is basically prison for the crimes I did commit when I was younger. But I will explain everything in the care system video, because I'm going to annihilate the care system for what they do. It's corrupt, really corrupt. So yeah, at this point, I've got my own flat and everything. I'm doing weed, coke, fair, alcohol, crime. I would honestly, they were like, oh, one of the lads have got something here. He just needs window smashing, like, because he's ordered it to an abandoned address. Nobody's living there, you just need to break in, get it, and whatever you. Man, there were coke getting dropped off. There were weed getting dropped off. Ecstasy pills in packets, just posted in envelopes and everything. I got a breeze block, I just went whack, smash window, just got door mat straight off at door, jumped straight in, picked him up, gone upstairs, robbed TV, robbed everything. We wiped the room clean and just fled, gone. It was gone. So yeah, you can imagine I had police on me that I had police knocking on my door, constant. We're arresting you on suspicion of this, we're arresting you on suspicion of that, this, that. Just constant. Some have been bailed for, some they didn't have no evidence for, so they couldn't charge me, but they had an idea of who it was because of the crimes in the area. There's no evidence there to say it's gone. Like, who's done it, sort of thing. Got to take the evidence. Oh yeah. Ready for the police. You don't leave evidence. So yeah. There's some not ongoing now, but there's some unsolved But yeah, trying not to incriminate myself. But yeah, you can imagine what's gone off. So yeah, that's probably a more up to date one, a quick 20 minutes. Right, see you later.